KX News Storm Team.
Welcome back to KX News at 10, and it's a much calmer sight on the radar this evening compared to what we were dealing with earlier this afternoon. The storms that had been severe have since weakened substantially and drifted off into southern Canada, and all that we're watching right now is this area of rain that's beginning to drift up out of South Dakota. This isn't expected to become anything crazy. You might hear a single rumble of thunder roughly across much of south central North Dakota as it makes its way up to the north, but it looks like it'll be generally a damp and perhaps slightly wet evening and overnight hours along I-94 between Dickinson and Bismarck, and it will continue to track north through much of central North Dakota tomorrow. So we're not quite done with the rain, but we are most likely done with the severe weather. What is causing all of this? What caused the severe weather, for that matter? We have this mid-level low pressure system that's been spinning right over South Dakota, and that helped draw up lots of heat and moisture that made the atmosphere quite unstable over central North Dakota earlier today, and that was combined with some favorable wind shear. And if I zoom out a little bit further, we'll see additionally how that is. At the upper levels of the atmosphere, we have these southerly winds, and near the surface they were easterly to southeasterly winds, and that change of wind direction with height produces wind shear, and that's what helped get those storms spinning so much over central North Dakota, and that helped produce those tornadoes. Of course, we aren't quite done with the rain because we're going to wait for this shortwave trough here to pull on through, illustrated by this dashed black line here. It'll move up to the north, and we'll be dealing with a little bit more rain tomorrow. It will taper from south to north as we get through your Monday afternoon and Monday evening. Temperature-wise, right now with those overcast skies and moist conditions, we are hanging there in the mid-60s across virtually the entire area. Crosby there at 57 degrees, but generally, like yesterday, it's going to be a bit of a humid night and not very cool night. We could even see a few patches of fog in areas where the rain doesn't quite reach. Precision Cast will illustrate how this additional rain is expected to play out starting here in a couple hours, 2 a.m. this evening. We're just going to watch these patches of showers and maybe weak thunderstorms drift off to the north with the spinning mid-level low by the time we get to Monday mid-morning, and by the time we get to the afternoon, 4 p.m. Approximately, things should generally taper off, especially north of the US 2 quarter. That'll be where the last bits of rain really hold on. So looking at your Monday planner, we're going to be expecting generally a 40 to 50% chance of rain depending on where you are in central North Dakota tomorrow morning and into about the lunchtime hour, with things drying out first in the south. So Bismarck will see the rain end before Minot does, with showers continuing up to the north until about the late afternoon hours. And temperatures, notice that, will be getting up into the upper 70s once those skies begin to clear out somewhat. And we'll be looking at a partly cloudy evening there for your Monday, with temperatures running there in the upper 60s. And high temperatures are expected to get up broadly into the 80s across much of the southern part of our region, where the clouds will clear out a little bit sooner. So it might even be looking at mid-80s, 83 there perhaps at Mobridge, with low to mid-70s generally across the northern part of the state, where those rain showers will continue to hang along a little bit longer. And once we get beyond Monday, things are going to generally begin to cool off somewhat. So looking at Williston's next 5 days, expect those showers to hang around through some of tomorrow morning, maybe even a little bit into the early afternoon, before things start to cool off some by the time we get to the middle of the week, with upper 60s expected there by Wednesday and Thursday. A cold front is expected to roll through sometime around the Tuesday to Wednesday time frame, with lows dropping there into the 50s. No frost or freeze concerns expected at this time. Dickinson, quite similar. Generally a lesser rain chance for tomorrow as you are a little bit further west, but by the time we get to Tuesday and Wednesday, those rain chances become lower still, with maybe the chance of a slight isolated shower by about Wednesday as that cold front rolls through, and then things cool off substantially as the cold front rolls in, with lows dipping back into the upper 40s. But again, no frost or freeze concerns. And Minot's next 7 days, we'll see that rain persist through a good part of tomorrow through your Monday afternoon before things end by Monday evening, and then partly cloudy skies for Tuesday, then cooling off somewhat by the time we get to the middle of the week. Again, it's a bit like early fall there with those mid-60s, and Bismarck, very similar. Those showers will end tomorrow morning. Then we'll be on a general cooling trend as we get towards Thursday and Friday, with highs back in the upper 60s and lows there in the lower 50s. Tyler?
Man, Michael, what a busy day for you. Turn of events. I mean, it was dumping here in Bismarck.
Yeah, dumping, and the amount of tornadoes, that was not great. But the good thing is we're getting near the end of the severe weather season, so this could have been the last severe weather event of the year. Okay. Let's hope so.
Fingers crossed. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it. Coming up next in